What is this? I would go live regardless because I don't need people in here for me to feel like my message is important. Because those that watch me with good intentions are always going to get the message regardless. And those that are pressed to hear everything I got to say, just because they know they can't get in my shit, they're going to watch regardless. So with that being said, let's talk about the new moon energy. They played with you because they thought you were a rookie. They played with you because they thought you were a rookie. They played with you because they felt like they knew more than you. They played with you because they thought you were a joke. They played with you because from the bottom of their heart, they knew you weren't better than them. They played with you because they thought everything you said out your mouth was bullshit and a joke. They played with you because they had a team. They played with you because they had multiple people on the same frequency with the same agenda. But the beautiful part about games, and when you play games, sometimes you win prizes. And not every prize is what you suspect it to be. And this new moon, when they play with you, they learn ultimately you was the prize. Mm. You've always been the prize. There was nothing lights or slight about you at no point. And it was purposely written that way. They played with you because they thought you were a joke. And the funny part about jokes is there's always a punch line. Uh-oh. And they just so happened to find out that you were the punch line to seal the joke the entire time. They played with you because of all of their affiliations, because you didn't physically have what they had, because you, like I said, never had a team, cult, coven, group, fraternity, secret society. None of this shit is a secret. It's all codes that we all have the opportunity to crack. And they just knew for a fact that they were the ones sitting on a pedestal. But the joke was it was you the entire time. You single-handedly destroyed and purposely was the heart of the joke. The joke was, as Source would say, 411 was just on the clock. I'm going to plant you here because you know exactly who you are. But can they trick you out of your spot? Can they make you feel like I'm no longer existent in your life? Can they make you feel like you aren't who you say you are or know you are? And with this tactic that I'm using you for, I will give you all of the tools that you need to solidify who it is that you are. Granted, everything you need to show I was with you the entire time. And showing does not mean allowing it to be for every pair of eyes to see. That's what faith is. Faith is knowing what the outcome will be, regardless of what's being projected upon thee, if you will. So that was the joke the entire time. And bullies, narcissists, people who like to control ultimately, and there always has to be someone that is basically the butt of the situation. They don't learn through traditional formats in which a clinically sane, if you will, individual would. So, with that being said, you were the joke the entire time, but it was for all the right reasons. And in the process of you purposely being the joke, they learned you were the controller the entire time. Because nobody just gets a free pass in this realm. Everything is being counted and calculated on a daily basis. If we are moved from numbers and mathematical breakdowns, from not mistaking, even the human race lives by a certain code. The mind, the nervous system operates on a specific code. So, with that being said, consciousness in itself is a fucking code. You were the master handler with these codes. You, as in your DNA, as in your makeup, as in who you are the master handler. That was the joke. The joke was, who the fuck does he think he is? How dare she speak so righteously? How dare she feels like she's doing anything? Who the fuck does she think I bet my witchcraft work on her. I bet I can take her down. I bet you I'd be the one to do it. And in what world, let me play devil's advocate for a second. In what world did you feel like you had the tools and or authority to knock another person off of a pedestal or take them down because you felt like they thought too highly of themselves? Play it back again. In what world did you feel like you had the tools, the right means, or the protection? Because that's what a lot of y'all keep thinking y'all have out here. And no, you just got a real bad entity riding your back. Uh-oh, let me take my AirPods out. In reality, they just died, so I got to pick my voice up probably. In reality, the joke was you tried to play God until you met him. That was the joke. The joke was you never had the power that you thought you had. Oh, but you know who does truly have that power? Those who walk in righteousness, divine justice and judgment. Those who move pure intentions. They are the curse breakers, the judgment bearers, the sword slingers, the wand users. Back your ass up. What I say? I told you it was going to be a reading with no cards. I wonder where I get my information from. I don't conjure. I don't have candles lit. Uh-oh. I'm probably still a little bit intoxicated from the night before. Uh-oh. Let me run down the list. But remember, you were supposed to be the one to take us out. Remember that? Remember when y'all was in them groups every Saturday, every night around 3 a.m.? Y'all was having the time of y'all fucking life. Some of y'all ain't even wait that late. Some of y'all up as early as 6 in the morning and won't stop. Not all your ancestors are good. Not all of them are good. So that is very much, you are right on track with who you're supposed to be. But the joke was and is, you didn't know who I was supposed to be. You didn't know who we were. That's the butt of the joke. And that is what this new moon energy was about this past July. Over this 4th of July holiday, I should say. That was the joke. 1044 was just on the timer. The joke was, you thought you were big stepping. Just to find out you're not even one of the top 45 healers within this room, or practitioners. Just to find out there's always somebody bigger and badder than you. 111 was just on a timer. Not only bigger and badder, somebody more righteous than you is always out here. You can't give a person without karmic debt karma. You cannot give a person that does not have karma attached to their being karma. I got it. Ooh, 144 was just up there. 1144 technically. So what do I get to do with all the free energy that is being thrown at me? I have no karma. I'm a light being. I understand duality. I can transmute energy. I'm psychic. The list goes on and on and on. I am that I am. I am the great I am. Take that as you need to take it, understand it how you need to understand it. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper, and every tongue which rises against me in judgment I shall condemn. This is the righteous the righteous inheritance of the servants of the Lord. Their righteousness is from me, says the Lord. You so grown, you like to thump the Bible when you want to thump the Bible. Go figure out which verse that one is. Have a field day with that. And with that being said, again, the joke was, who the fuck does she think she is? She thinks she's better than her. I bet you I can take her down. And let me repeat this one more time. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper, and every tongue which rises against me in judgment I shall condemn. This is the inheritance of the servants of the Lord. Their righteousness is from me, says the Lord. So again, what was the joke? The joke was you never really had the power you had. The joke was we're allowing you to rack up karma that you already had multiple lifetimes of. The joke is we can use your life force that you pour into negativity and we can transmute that into light. That's the joke. The joke is you are here for us to use, for us to only better ourselves. That was the joke. That goes for all bullies, all narcissists, all people that purposely project low vibrations with the intent of manipulation, casting false judgment, and what is the word? Attempting to condemn those of light. That was the joke. The joke was you're only relevant because of us. Again, no weapon formed against me shall ever prosper, and every tongue that rises in judgment I shall condemn. This is the inheritance of the servants of the Lord. Their righteousness comes from me, says the Lord. Now, say what you want about religion, and whatever it is. The goal is to learn all the tools, all the tricks of the trade. Some of us has truly been here multiple times. Some of us got to come here with the intent of smiting slanderous tongues. That was the joke. So this goes for every earth angel. The collective of light understands where I'm going. And there would never be no judgment to those of light, those who are authentic, those who are nurturing their journey based on their true authentic self, wants, needs, healings to their lineage. But when I say new moon energy, I had to read on everything across the board. So while there is always winners, and will always be winners in any way, shape, or form, those who were once winning at the backs of people that were intentionally being set up to lose, it's done for. That was the joke, and that is what the new moon energy is. 16 minutes of me just pulling straight from my crown chakra. No flame, no fire, no sage. If I had sage and my frankincense, y'all would damn sure not be in my energy. But that's the part of me being a teacher. Purposely leaving leeway for you to penetrate so I can smite your ass. I haven't done any true cleansing techniques other than transmuting the energy. That is the only technique I've been doing. So if my one technique is whooping your ass, I don't think somebody fully got the message and memo. Because I'm still here. I just watched my third cop pull off today. A few Bible scriptures, a little bit of transmuting, that's all it takes. Baby, you was never gifted. You had a real jealous entity attached to you. Jealous and spiteful entity that allowed you to feel like you had power for a little while. Until you realize those who are the servants of the Lord and that have his inheritance, they have the ability to trample over the lion, the cobra, and the serpent. Which means I can control your deity. Uh-oh. Your deity must serve at the foot as my stepping stool. 1818. Your deity, I have the authority over. This goes for all light beings out there, all righteous people, people who have relieved their karmic debts, people who have walked in righteousness with the intent of uplifting, teaching, and healing authentically. Mm, Somebody ain't think that through. But that's new moon energy. New moon energy is ridding all the tricksters and truly showing the veil being dropped before the eyes in a sense of you were stuck under your very own illusion. And again, that illusion was you had the authority to knock someone down just because you felt like they were too righteous. And I'm going to read it one more time for you. Speak it. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper, and every tongue which rises in judgment I shall condemn. This is the inheritance of the servants of the Lord. Their righteousness is from me, says the Lord. So, did you really think you could come against God? I guess it's a lot of slices of humble pie being served this new moon. And that's really what it's about. So, don't think any path or journey I decide to take is because I'm in a dark place, honey. I am the dark place. I am the light. I am that I am. So even when it looks like you won, honey, not even close to it. That is your own illusion that you are under because you are the conjure kings and conjure queens. So you fell into the trap of your own magic. That's what this new moon was about. Stop judging books by the cover. Stop listening to rumors. And stop making assumptions. You assume that you were more powerful than the next person. You assume you had the authority to knock someone off their pedestal, their journey, or their high horse. Every being of righteousness is always at the right place in the right time. I can't smite you if you don't do nothing wrong. Let me let that out one more time. I cannot smite you if you don't do anything wrong. I'm not putting protection. I'm just transmuting. Listen to me clear. I'm not putting up protection. I'm not using sage. I'm not burning no white candle. These are all things I'm familiar with. No, I can't smite you unless you do something wrong. Call it judgment. I could transmute all day. The only cleansing technique I would use, because y'all gonna stop sending that shit to people. 2222 was just up there. You gonna learn today, as y'all favorite comedian that's so mind fucked by the industry like to say. We all know who my favorite comedians are. And I just want to briefly shout out Monique and Cat Williams because they walking in their righteousness and their light. For every tongue which rises in my judgment, I shall condemn. And what have those two comedians been doing within this time? Uh-oh. When we speak about bullies, industry bullies, spiritual bullies, physical bullies, workplace bullies, narcissists, people that feel like they can have a target to put down. Who told you you deserved a target? Who told you you had the authority to target? And this is why I'm the life path number 5. 1212 real time. I don't know if we're on, I think this is EST. Uh-oh. I must have really needed to drop this message. That's the part of being an ascended master. No rusty nails. Although I just pulled one up from the soil that was buried. So I probably just fucked with one of y'all's protection. You didn't have it anyway. That shit wasn't going to work. My prayers should not boot you out if you walk in light. So you were doing something wrong if I command your deity to sit on your head and give back everything you're dishing out, and it does it. And you literally physically have to pull away from the energy you just was in there conjuring. Because y'all talk a good game in the comments. Y'all talk a good game. And I like to eat it up and transmute it. But the practitioner that was just in Texas, when I caught him conjuring, was the same dude that I threw water in his eyes in a dream state. It was actually light salt. Because we talk about that duality. And My dream state is my dream state. Again, I'm not doing any protections on purpose because I am the protection. So I'm allowing you to enter my space. And when I wake up, you got on sunglasses and you rubbing the hell out your eyes when I go outside. And you got a bag full of clothes that look like you pissed in the bed. I wonder what happened. Ain't none of y'all made me pee in the dream state. Ain't none of y'all pissed me in my bed. Uh-oh. That's what this new moon energy is about. Leave people the fuck alone that don't even walk on the frequency that you walk on. Because some of us are walking traps. Shout out to Draco. Your wings got targets on them. I got practitioners running. Hold on, what's going on? I thought I was this little fry. I thought I didn't know what I was doing out here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what happened? 2626. This wasn't meant to be too long. But this was the new moon energy I was speaking about. That's what it is. It's a true role reversal. It's a true command what it is you want to happen. Because again, every tongue which rises against you in judgment, I shall condemn. This is the inheritance of the servants of the Lord. Their righteousness comes from me, says the Lord. So, it's funny because in a dream state, somebody said, oh no, she got an entity attached to her. No, honey. That's the same dude when I woke up, that same dream when he said that after I threw the Lysol in his eyes. I threw Lysol in your eyes in a dream state, and you had to wear sunglasses when you woke up in real life. These aren't the messages that the practitioners, are relaying to y'all. They are out here getting their ass whooped with little to no effort. And that is the need for the numbers. The numbers is not because they think outnumbering you it is what it is. It's because they're scared shitless. It's because they know they can't take you at all one-on-one. Because y'all been leaving these rooms. I done stayed in about 3 of them in the same area. I don't know though. I don't know nothing. Stop going in places where you're not invited. Stop going in places where you're not welcomed. You're not welcome in our dream states anymore. Y'all have never been invited into our dream states. Y'all pride and prayed y'all way in with ill will, ill intentions, disregard to boundaries. And that's what this new moon is now giving back to you. So as long as you penetrate my dream state, I will torture you. Because why? No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper, and every tongue which rises against me in judgment I shall condemn. This is the inheritance and the servants of the Lord. Their righteousness is from me. 29:29, says the Lord. He sure did pack up all his shit. He pissed the hell out that bed. That's the only time you see a grown man carrying a clear plastic bag full of clothes. This nigga was still wiping his eyes. I wonder what I said in my prayers that did that. I know exactly what I said. I know exactly what I did, which is how I know I have control over your deities, your entities. Most people didn't even know myself. I am an entity. Well, now you know. You learn something new every day. And this is your new moon reading. Those that understand of lights, you can read in between the judgment I just called down. And those that need to be judged, you have been judged. This is your new moon reading over the month of July 2024. 7-7 portal. Live your life to the fullest. I send out protection to all earth angels and innocent beings. Good spirits truly putting their best foot forward. All children of the land, all innocent life forms, animals and insects included. I made a comment on a previous video. I do more for the world than most people do. I actually take care of people. Good night.